Hey everyone, how you doing today? It's me, David, coming to you from my whiskey den here in Central Ohio. And it is the end of 2022, and what a year. And I can't believe a year ago I was giving you my top 10 picks of 2021 as far as whiskey's concerned. And I figured instead of doing a top 10, maybe I'll do a couple of videos as far as what my favorite bourbons are per category for 2022 was. So, a friend of mine, Susan, out in Worcester, Ohio, had asked me recently, David, what bourbons in my price range? She's in her early 70s, really sweet, likes a nice pour of bourbon now and then, but reality is, you get to a certain point where you're on a fixed income. And she's like, I don't have a lot to spend as far as bourbon. Because I could certainly encourage her to, to buy something in just a $25 range. But, for some of us, it is a hardship. So, with that in mind, and keeping in mind, I've tried several bottom shelfers, and just because something's on the bottom shelf doesn't mean it's a bad, like, rock gut bourbon. But I'm going to share with you my favorite five, $15 or less bourbons. So here we go. This is kind of off the cuff. One of my, and in no particular order either. So I suggested to her 3 of them, but let's see. I'm going to throw a couple in there that we don't get in Ohio. So here we go. And again, off the cuff. So probably one of my favorites, and these are the ones that I kind of go to if I just want a nice little pour of something basic. Very Old Barton, 100 proof. Not available here in Ohio, but last time I was in Kentucky, I kind of stocked up on a few bottles of this because it's really good. I think this comes in at around the $15 mark. Very Old Barton, 100 proof. But, the 86 proof is like, last time I checked when I was in Kentucky, that's like a $12 bottle. The 80 proof is a $10 bottle. But, you're splurging at around $15 for this. It's an excellent, elegant, really good bang for the buck bourbon. So if you see it in your neck of the woods, do not hesitate to buy this. I've seen it in Indiana. I've seen it in Kentucky. I think I've seen it even in Michigan. The states around Ohio, I was recently in Pennsylvania. I didn't see it there. But there you go. I mean, Very Old Barton, 100 proof. That is a sure thing. So, sorry, Susan, you can't get it here. But if I feel generous, I might share one of my bottles with you. Because you're a good friend. My wife and I love you. So the next one, I would say in that $15 price range, I got to move a couple of things around here. One of these days I'm going to try that. But I don't think it's made anymore. So something else that is readily available, actually this is readily available here in Ohio, around $15, Quality House from Heaven Hill. That is the money right there. If you want something that is bang for the buck, something that's smooth, really elegant, it's 80 proof. This is a really good bourbon, and you're getting more for your money. I bought this when it was still branded Heaven Hill Quality House. Currently, it is just branded as Quality House, but a really excellent, good, smooth, satisfying bourbon. No frills, but it's not rock gut. And again, because this is a 1 liter bottle, you're getting a little bit more for your money. But it's so good. And plus, it's charcoal filtered for added smoothness and delightfulness with every pour. There you are, Susan, and the rest of you. The next one I really enjoy, and this is the reigning champion of my bottom shelf battles out of the Buffalo Trace Distillery, is my old reliable Benchmark number 8. Again, very smooth, really nice. I think currently it's $11 a bottle. Used to be $10 a bottle. Could be at $12. But another really good value, I don't want to say bargain bourbon, but it's an excellent value bourbon. And again, because it's on the bottom shelf and readily available does not mean it's a bad bourbon. I would pick this any day of the week over Jim Beam, which is a little bit more expensive. It's an outstanding value, nothing to be ashamed of. And it actually is pretty comparable to the Quality House. This is using the Buffalo Trace number 1 mash bill, which is the same mash bill as Colonel Taylor, this $60 bottle right there. It's the same mash bill as the Buffalo Trace signature bourbon. However, I prefer this over this. Much better value and readily available here in the OH. There you go. The next one is the sister, brother, cousin of the Benchmark. This is Ancient Age. Same price range. It's actually literally the same bottle. But this is the Buffalo Trace mash bill number 2, which is the same mash bill as Blanton's Single Barrel, which is a great bourbon, and Ancient Age, which as of shooting this video, I got to do a video comparing this, and the Blantons. I'm not sure what other bourbons share that mash bill. Those 3 come to mind. But this is a lot smoother than what I thought it was. And I do have a video for my first taste of this. I did drink it some years ago. At the time I thought it was a little harsh, but look at all the bourbons I got. I have something to compare it to. This is actually one of the best bottom shelf bourbons I feel that you can get. High rye content. So again, mash bill number 2 from Buffalo Trace is a high rye mash bill. Really an outstanding bourbon. So there you go. And then the 5th one I'm going to share with you, it's not available here in Ohio. I believe it's Kentucky only, but it is one of my favorites. Old Fitzgerald, which is out of Heaven Hill. So you notice I got 2 out of Buffalo Trace, I got 2 out of Heaven Hill, and 1 out of Barton. So Old Fitzgerald, I think it's about $12, $13. I believe it's Kentucky only. Recently my wife and I spent a weekend with some friends in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Hey Bob, how you doing? I miss you, man. Love you. Bequeathed a bottle of this to Bob. I have several bottles of it because it is inexpensive. But it is a wheated bourbon. Again, about $12 a bottle. And I forgot how much I enjoy this bourbon. So for you Kentuckians, or if you're traveling to Kentucky, pick this up. It is the same wheated mash bill as Larceny. So if you enjoy Larceny, this is a little bit lighter flavor. It's a little bit more rich. and I've described it as the alcohol version of Kellogg's Sugar Pop cereal. You know that puffed corn cereal with the sugary glaze on it? That's what this reminds me of, only as a bourbon. And when we spent time with Bob and his wife, I had a couple of pours of this, and I realized how much I enjoy this bourbon. So, no particular order, but these three readily available in Ohio. This is available outside of Ohio. This is Kentucky only, and these are my 5 picks for your bottom shelfers. I mean, and there's others like Old Crow is an okay bourbon. It's pretty sweet, but I prefer, like I said, I prefer these as my 5 bottom shelf selections. So, Susan out in Worcester, Ohio, there you go. I already told you to pick one of these 3, and I think you will enjoy these 3. Next time you're over, when my wife and I have you as a guest, I will share some of this with you so you can determine if you like it. I'll also share this with you as well. And next time, if you like it, next time in Kentucky, I can get you a bottle of that. Or I got a few bottles of it. I'll share it with you. So anyway, there you go. So for 2022, my 5 favorite bottom shelfers. So until next time, it's me, David, coming to you from my whiskey den. I hope your next pour is your best pour, and we'll catch you soon. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in 2023 with more bourbon goodness. All right, see you soon. Thanks again. Oh, before I forget, because Bob asked me to do this, smash that subscribe button and conquer that like button on the video, and you'll get future video updates from me here in the old whiskey den. So we'll see you soon. Thanks again for watching. Hey everyone, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe so you can be notified of future videos as they drop. Thanks for watching.